guys. Yeah, just not a quick one about the StableFund. Right, smoking again shit. Not anymore. Right, okay, so right, so we got the rollovers, right? The rollovers are done. That's what they say, which is okay. Some people have not been rolled over yet, but you know they will be. Okay, there was an issue with BNB, and they said they're going to correct that on Monday. That's okay. The refunds, they've only refunded like 30 grand, and the refunds stopped now with 730 refunds. They said they're going to refund 700 yesterday, and then they're going to refund today as well. I didn't read the whole the whole StableFund Telegram thing, because there was like 1,000 messages. I didn't read that, but yeah, maybe they did say that they're going to stop it for the weekend and then start again on Monday. But are they going to start with 30 grand again, or I don't know? I think the refunds is like tens of millions, and if they're going to be refunding 30 grand a day, that's going to take weeks, months. Yeah, a month of 30 grand a day is $900,000, so that'll take like 10 months. Okay. Right, now there was an AMA yesterday, and I've asked the question about the SFUSD, about the liquidity, and Michael has replied partially. He didn't say how much liquidity is in the contract, and then they said that nobody's telling you, like the Binance is not telling you how much liquidity they have for BNB. I believe they do tell you. Whatever, it doesn't matter, but it will be good to know, because in that situation it would really be good to know what is the financial situation of the project, because we do not know. We know nothing at all. Now I kind of started thinking today again, and that's why I'm recording this video, like we got 60 million SFUSD in the staking contract, right? About 1.5 million is the fresh deposits. So in my opinion, a dollar value of this contract at the moment, 30 million FSUSD, is $1.5 million, because this is the fresh deposits that came into the contract. I do not know how much liquidity is on the exchanges, because you can't tell that. I mean, yeah, you can't tell that. These exchanges are not like, I've heard about Finex, but I haven't heard about the other exchanges. But some people did probably use them, but I never did. I don't know whether they share the liquidity or not, but CoinGecko does not show the liquidity, obviously. So we don't really know how much liquidity is on the exchanges. The daily volume is around 3.5 million. Fair enough. That's okay. That's quite a lot. But people buy and people sell. So let's say 5 days, 3 million. That's about 15 mil. Okay, let's say it is a 50 mil liquidity. So theoretically, if the refunds would equal 15 million, they could have refunded that 15 million in SFUSD, and when people sell it, it will theoretically still be in PEG. But then, if in 7 days, on the 22nd, that 60 million SFUSD that is generating 1% a day for 7% a week, if that is released, that is $4.2 million where is that going to $4.2 million going to come from? Right. Now, they can't really take that money out of the contract directly. So let's say we got 60 million, and let's say today is day 7. People start to claim, and they will be claiming out of this contract. So out of 60 million, 4.2 million is going to come out. Now, if people cash that 4.2 million SFUSD to dollar, at the moment, if that 4.2 million is not backed up in the real dollar value, it will depeg by 4.2%, right? Because the supply of SFUSD is 100 million. If 4.2 million comes out, that's 4.2%. So theoretically, that 4.2% will depeg the SFUSD. Again, if the 15 million of the liquidity from the exchanges has been refunded. So it has not been refunded, and they will not refund that for at least that week, because if they would use the 15 million refunds of SFUSD, again, there's not that much of a liquidity there anyway. But if they would, there would not be any liquidity left in the SFUSD. So definitely they're not going to be refunding people. They're not going to refund the whole liquidity that's on the exchanges. Again, 15 million is my amount that I think that it is possible that the exchanges hold, but it's probably not. But again, 3 million a day, 5 days, 15 million in liquidity on the exchanges. But that would just drain the whole liquidity. So, do you get my point? I mean, now, let's say day 7, 22nd, Thursday. People take profits, 7% a week. So 4.2 million out of that 60. It's 4.2 million, not dollars. It's 4.2 million SFUSD. Let's say everybody sells that. That's 4.2 million sales. That's 4.2% of the supply. If there is a liquidity, that's fine. It's not going to do anything. If there isn't, it will depeg by 4.2%. Simple maths. Now, if you take that 4.2 million on Thursday, where is that 4.2 million going to come from? Is that going to come out of the contract? If it does, it's a Ponzi, right? Because they are taking the profits directly from the money that people deposited. Okay, now what needs to be done is that 4.2 million has to be injected into the contract before the 7 days, and then that's fine, right? But they can't just deposit 4.2 million SFUSD, because that FSUSD is not going to have that 4.2 million value. Do you get me? Right? So now what they need to do is they need to put a liquidity of 4.2 million into the SFUSD, and then inject that 4.2 million SFUSD into the contract. So the contract has to have constantly injected 4.2 million every single week. If it's a 60 million constant thing. So, do you know what I mean? Now, we got 60 million in the contract, right? That is in SFUSD, right? They can't use that money to trade, because if they did use the 60 million, they would have to withdraw the 60 million from the staking contract, so 60 million SFUSD, which is the 60% of the whole supply, and they would then have to sell it, because again, they don't trade crypto, they trade stocks. So if they sold that 60 million to trade, that's it. 60%. It's dead. SFUSD and everything is dead. So where is that? You fucking idiot. So where is that 4.2 million? I mean, how is that 4.2 million SFUSD gonna be? So $4.2 million. How is that gonna get generated? Okay, right. To generate 4.2 million, they say that the daily at the moment is about 2.7% profit, trading profits they get, right? So for 5 days, so that's around whatever, I've calculated it, but I forgot now. So they need around 2% a day, 1.7% a day to be generated for 5 days to pay that 1% of 60 mil. Now, they would need $30 million cash to generate 4.2 million a week. So do they have that money? I think we should ask to see how much money they have in the trading account. Now, do they have that 30 million in the trading account? They might. Is that the money that they got from the imaginary fiduciary wallet, or is that the money that they're using of the money that they still have from our investment? I mean, I don't know. So they have to have at least $30 million, and the profits from that $30 million, so 4.2 million at the moment, has to be injected into the contract, okay, every single week. Again, and so we have to look for that. We have to look for the injection of the funds of 4.2 million or more once a week before they will release the dividends to us. If they don't, it's not going to be good, because if they will just allow us to withdraw our profits, 4.2 million a week, directly from the contract, that would very quickly depeg SFUSD. I mean, I'm saying that from the perspective of the information that I have, because we have not been provided with any information, financial information. We do not know. So from what we stand at the moment, that is my view, and that's exactly how it technically looks like. Right, now, if we see how much money they have in the trading account, and if they have at least 30 million in that trading account, fair enough, they can generate 1.7% or whatever a day to pay the dividends. That's fine, but they have to inject that money on a weekly basis. Now, they will come to the point when they will have to start withdrawing the SFUSD from the contract to trade that money. So that will happen. So that will happen, that they will be taking like 10 million, 5 million, 8 million from the contract, because that's what the money is for. But they can't do it at the moment. One, because the SFUSD does not hold that value, that much of a value. At the moment, it does not have that much of a liquidity. So if they did take 10 million, that's a 10 million that will more likely depeg, unless, again, there is a liquidity of that amount. But what they need to do is they need to put, whatever they're going to take out of the contract, they have to back that up with $1. If they don't, it's not going to be good. So you know what I mean. But But the whole idea about the staking is that we provide the funds for them to trade, but at the moment they can't use these funds because they have no value. Well, they don't have the value that, if they take 60 million now, they will not be able to sell the 60 million for $60 million. That's what I mean, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So it's like it's a closed circle. However you look at it, it does not look sustainable unless they have injected like 30, 40, 50, 60 million of their own money, which Michael did say that he's going to be using his own money. So if he does inject 30, 40, 50, 60 million into the SFUSD, we're absolutely fine. We're absolutely fine. And that's what we were told he's going to do. So if he's going to do that, great. I love the project. I'll invest another 10, 20, 30 grand, whatever. If he's going to do that, if he's going to show us where the money is, and if he's going to show us that he actually has got that money that he can inject into the contract. I know that there's about 70, 80 million locked on the exchanges at the moment that he's not getting back yet. So he's probably counting on getting that money back. If he does get that money back, this is our money, we're fine. Okay, and that's a great project then. Yeah, as long as they can sustain the 1.6, 1.7% a day for 5 days of their trading profits. Right. I know that Hells is capable of trading that because I've seen the video of Hells saying that he's been trading actively and he's been teaching people to trade. That's on the video with him, which I saw yesterday on our group. If that's him, but it looks like it is him, so we know who he is. And he's been doing trading and he's been teaching people how to trade. And he's been saying that he's capable of doubling his investment every week or every 4 days. So Hells is a good trader from what he's saying, at least. If he can double his investment in a week, then we're fine if we have him on board. But is he the main trader? We don't know. There's a video of him saying about how he trades, and on our Telegram group, I'll put the link here, Angry Investors. And so maybe he is the guy that trades, but from what he's saying that he can double the investment in a week, maybe he is our hope, and maybe he is the guy that is actually running the trading for StableFund. But yeah, whatever. What I'm saying is that if we get that money, if Michael is going to inject his own money into the platform, that's great, and he can show us. That's easy. He doesn't need to go to the bank. He can just show us the transaction or whatever. It's not a biggie, is it? If he wants to show it, he will, and if he will do that, he will be proud of doing it, definitely, because I would be. So why wouldn't he show us that? So one, that will be great. That would make the project sustainable. Now, number two, how much money they have in the trading account? Are they able to generate 4.2 million a week? Right. 2, 3. It's really going to be a game changer if they can get that money back from the exchanges of up to $80 million. Then we're fine. But the key is the sustainability of the profits that they get on their trades. If they can get a 1% a day, which is like 1 point whatever, well, I don't know what it is. What is it? 5 days, 1.5%, let's say. They say they own 1.7%, 2.7% for 5 days, that's a lot. That's 27 by 2, so it's what, 13.5 13.5% for 5 days. That's great. That is awesome. That's, yeah, that's 1.3 a day. Yeah, so that's what we need. Okay, if they can do that, brilliant. I'll invest more money. If they can't, the project is gonna it's not gonna be here very long. Okay, peace, guys. Just go. What the fucking Jesus. I know this guy at the back. Fucking idiot. Oh, sorry.